being such an easy place to sell to young people. I think it's an incredibly exciting time at Marquette with the new leadership of Dr. Lovell and Bill Scholl, our new AD. There's a lot of great things going on here, and I think the young men who we recruited recognize that. It is a great place, and it's a place that you can get the best of all worlds. So I feel very fortunate to be a part of the Marquette community. Thirdly, I'd like to thank my staff. You know, a big reason that we have the class that we do is because I have a great staff. From my assistant coaches, Mark Phelps, Chris Carrawell, Brett Nelson, to the support staff that we have here, Justin Gainey, Travis Diener, Jake Pursuti, Tyler Thornton, Todd Smith, our strength coach, and Barb and Allison Kelleher. We have an amazing group of people, and I think the school that we have here combined with the people power that is in our program right now makes this place an incredibly attractive place for young people, and specifically the student athletes we recruited here at Marquette. And then lastly, I want to thank our players. You know, when you bring kids on official visits, the people who sell your program the best and who can tell the truest story are the current players that are in your program. And I thought our current players really did a phenomenal job of making these young men feel welcome. And so that's a lot of people to thank. But like I said, we wouldn't have signed the class that we signed today without all of those people contributing at an amazingly high level. So I couldn't be more excited for my first official class to include these four young men, Nick Noskoviak, Henry Ellenson, Matt Help, and Hanif Cheatham. I think they represent exactly what we want our program to be about. First and foremost, they are great kids who come from terrific families. They were brought up the right way with the right values. They want to be a part of the Marquette community, both on and off the court, and they have a thirst and a passion for the game of basketball. And as we started our journey together as a staff leading this Marquette program, we wanted to look for young men who had all of those things: high character, a desire to be educated in a great institution here at Marquette, and a passion for the game of basketball. And I think that defines and characterizes Matt, Henry, Haney, and Nick. So could not be more proud for them to be a part of the program. With that said, I'll open up questions to you guys.
How was this process for you, having been an assistant for so long in the past, and now you've got the final say? What kind of difference was it from your past experience?
Well, to be honest with you, I think recruiting as an assistant, especially at Duke, where we do a lot of the leg work, and then we bring the boss in to close it, I think that helped. And I didn't try to change my approach in recruiting. I tried to recruit like an assistant. I tried to recruit these guys like an assistant, with daily interactions, building relationships with them, trying to really connect with them and their families and the people around them. So I think my time as an assistant at Duke helped me now as the head coach of a place like Marquette.
You made recruiting in Wisconsin a priority, you said, this time around. Will that be the case in future years, or did this season's crop of talent in Wisconsin just provide an exceptional guy?
Well, I think it was a combination of both those factors. I think, one, Wisconsin will always be a priority for us. I think as a basketball state, it's a tremendous basketball state. In my short time here as the coach at Marquette, it's obvious that there are outstanding high school coaches and AAU coaches throughout the state who do a great job of schooling these young people in the game of basketball. So we will always have our eyes out for the players in the state. I think specifically, though, this is a great group of high school players in the 2015 class. So, to be able to bring in 3 kids who are ranked in the top 100 who are in your backyard, Henry, Matt, and Nick. I mean, those kids could play anywhere in the United States. I mean, they're terrific players, and I think the fact that they're from Wisconsin makes it all the better.
If you kind of loop Sandy into this too, since you had to kind of re-recruit him a little bit over the summer, what have you maybe heard from some of these coaches or some of the AAU people in Wisconsin? Were they sort of surprised, I guess? Because, I mean, I think next year, if everything stays the same, there's like 9 kids from Wisconsin all over the state that will be on the roster.
You know, the feedback that we've gotten from high school coaches and the feedback that we've gotten from AAU coaches and the people in grassroots basketball around the state has been incredibly positive. I think they recognize that how important we feel they are to the success of our program, and they feel good about it. And I would also, again, say, you know, I have a great staff, and I think they connect well with everyone, but especially coaches and players, and I think they've done a great job of making inroads in the state as well.
How do you anticipate, Henry's game translating to the college level right away and then maybe down the road?
Well, I anticipating it translating very well. I mean, I think Henry is a young man who has a chance to be the National High School Player of the Year. He's a terrific ball player. He represented himself and our country really well this summer, and he's taken on all comers and shown that he belongs with the elite high school players in the country. And so the thing I love about Henry is that he truly loves the game. You know, when you talk to him, he's either heading to the gym or leaving the gym, and that bodes well for his success in the future. And like most guys coming into college, there's a learning curve. But when you combine his talent, you combine his desire to be an outstanding player, I think with the group that we'll have here, I anticipate him making a quick adjustment.
Do you anticipate making any other moves recruiting-wise in the next few months?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think today we're really excited about the 4 young men that we're bringing in right now. And like I've said, since the day I got the job, we will always be on the lookout for ways to improve our program. And if that means at some point along the way it makes sense to bring somebody else in for the next year, then we would look at that. But the 4 young men that we have coming in, I think they're all going to be very good players at Marquette. I think they're going to represent the program and the guys who've worn the jersey and created the brand over time really well. And I think they really want to be a part of our community here as well. And I think that's really important. You know, I want the people who will come to our program to take advantage of all that Marquette has to offer as a basketball program, as a school, and as a school community. And I think these kids really want to be a part of all those things.
He's probably one guy that people around here aren't familiar with. How would you describe Hanif's game?
Hanif is, from the moment I saw him, I thought he's one of the best guards in the country. I don't think he's a kid who can be defined by a position. He's versatile. He's got a great feel for the game, and I think he's incredibly easy to play with. We're really excited about him. I think he's a guy who can be an impact guy. And he's a great kid, and he, too, is a gym rat. And so, we're thrilled to have him part of the Marquette family.
Did you know these players before you came to Marquette? Did you have any knowledge or contact with them, or was it just when you came here in April you learned about them?
I think one of the remarkable things with this class, with the exception of Henry, who we were recruiting at Duke while I was there, the other 3 kids were all kids that we identified, shortly after we got the job and had to develop relationships quickly with. And so to be able to do that in a short time, one, I think it speaks to the quality of the program that Marquette has. I think it speaks to the quality of the school that it has. I also think it speaks to, where our program is headed and the quality of people in our program. So for us to be able in a short period of time to develop relationships with kids who, all 4 of them are, top 100 kids in the country, I think that's a really good thing. And it's something that I'm very proud of, and I'm very proud of my staff for as well.
What's momentum can a class like this, you said before, top 100 kids bring to this program, especially with you being in your first year and
Well, I think it creates great momentum. You know, as this program has had a lot of success over the years, and that's a result of bringing in great players. And on paper, this class is right there with some of the best all time. And, you know, obviously, you know, I haven't been a head coach long, but the way you win as a head coach is by having outstanding players and then putting them in the right positions. But you have to have outstanding players. And I think these guys will all be outstanding players, and hopefully it will create momentum for the future.
Good. Anything on Tennessee Martin for you guys?
What do you want to get out of tomorrow's game aside from victory?
Well, I mean, you know, we're a team that's trying to find our identity. And what I hope the number one piece of our identity would be is to be called winners. And so every game that we play in this year is going to be a battle. And every game we play in this year, we will have the ability, if we don't prepare well and approach it the right way, we can lose. Conversely, if we do things the right way and we prepare the right way, we can beat anyone we play. And so it's about creating the habit of winning. That's the best habit you can have as a player. It's the best habit you can have as a coach. And I want my guys to throw themselves into doing whatever it takes to put our team in a position to win.
Is everybody healthy? Good to go?
You know, we're a little banged up, to be honest with you. You know, we've got a couple bumps and bruises. You know, Derek Wilson and Dwayne Wilson both have some minor injuries. But again, there's no excuses, and you know, we anticipate and are hopeful that they'll be ready to go, and we'll be ready to go as well.
One of the positives from that exhibition game was the group kind of treated it as it was a game, and didn't take anyone lightly or that kind of thing.
Yes, and I want that to be the habit of our program. I mean, anytime you step on the floor, you shouldn't take it lightly. Whether exhibition game, real game, whatever, you're building habits, and the habits of champions are people that prepare well, like it's a championship, regardless of who you're playing, regardless if it actually counts in the win-loss column. You do things the same all the time, and that's with a championship mindset and championship habits.
Tennessee Martin, they're a team that has a new coach. They're in a little bit of transition. What do they bring? What kind of challenges will your team face outside?
Well, I think one of the things that they bring is that there's newness to their program. As you said, they have a new coach, they have a host of new players, and so our knowledge of them is more limited than it will be with some of the other teams as we play down the line and get more games of them. So, there's uncertainty. There's uncertainty. They have added a lot of talent, and they've added an outstanding coach who's done a great job as a D1 coach. So, we expect it to be a very difficult game, and that's how we're preparing for it.